Welcome everybody to The Ways of the Force. This is a show about, you guessed it, Star Wars. I am your host, Jake the Wookiee, and alongside me today is Gozie the Hutt. We got Logi-Wan Kenobi. We've got Kyle, No Daddy Issues Ren, and we've got BB-Brittany. So basically, just talk about everything Star Wars, between the movies. We'll talk about some games today, actually, and just kind of everything in the canon. So first, we'll start it off, kind of the big news of the week. Finally getting to see some stuff of Rogue One. There were some costumes on display in a toy fair in Germany, random. And there's been rumors about both Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin appearing in the film.
Darth Vader more so being solidified and Tarkin being the possible get.
Yeah. Because they did bring Tarkin back for Revenge of the Sith at the very, very end, and he looked weird.
Well, it's because they used footage from an older movie he did. That wasn't even a Star Wars movie.
Because I thought they did.
Cut it up.
Because I thought they had to do it in makeup to make him look like him.
No,
from what I read, they tried to get footage from an old movie that he was in.
Yeah,
but they weren't able to, and so they went with.
Yeah, I think it was a dude in heavy makeup. To give him those crazy cheekbones.
And then they were just,
he looks good far away.
If we film it from far away, then it'll be okay.
Fine. Yeah. So basically, what do you guys think of the costumes and stuff? Gozie has some up on
it's kind of slow, so
tablet here. So in case you didn't see any of these, there's like
kind of looking.
Yeah, I think this is Donnie Yen's character.
He's the samurai looking.
Yeah, has like a cool staff. There's basically
there's kind of a Star-Lord looking guy.
Yeah, just a ragtag group of people. Because there was another picture I saw too. They're Gozie's got it under control.
Tabs open.
He's proud.
But basically, there was like a guy in a very Han Solo Empire Strikes Back costume, just like
the fur on the hood.
Mm-hmm. Just basically, it just looks like Star Wars stuff.
I'm thinking he's gonna be really hot in that costume. Everyone else's looks pretty airy and light. He's got fur on his.
Yeah.
I'm concerned, for these people's well-being.
Don't want them to overheat.
Yeah.
The one thing I read.
Some more, looks like. Because, I got the furry costume, got the main actress, Felicity Jones. Get furry hood thing, sorry.
Felicity Jones.
Not a furry costume.
Completely different.
Yeah, Felicity Jones is going to be the main character, so there is going to be another female lead in a Star Wars movie, So basically, those are finally getting Rogue One stuff. It's only 11 months away. I haven't seen a trailer yet. Star Wars, we already saw a trailer by now for Episode 7.
Yeah, so they've been working on that for how long?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's true. Because the rumor is, might see the trailer drop with Captain America Civil War. It's the other big Disney movie, so it comes out in May.
Yeah,
so
everything. What
do you guys think? Any thoughts about any of this Rogue One stuff coming out?
I like the costumes. I think they look the part.
I'm hoping it won't be cheesy.
Yeah.
Maybe go grittier.
Yeah.
Maybe not as family friendly, since it's a spin-off.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will be.
Yeah, because it's going to be more war. Yeah. Much more war-based. They brought in people from Black Hawk Down and stuff to coordinate a lot of the fighting scenes and stuff.
I hope we see Darth Vader just whooping people.
Well, that's the thing I read, that not only did they make a costume for Darth Vader, but they made a stunt costume for Darth Vader. So I think we're going to see some pretty...
Are they different?
Well, one needs a little bit more mobile, so I think we're going to see... Yeah. We're going to see that Darth Vader that people wanted to see for a long time.
Yeah.
Not facing any Jedi, just straight going out there
fast. I mean, he's still young, so he's going to be fast and just mowing people down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Darth Vader wasn't that old. If you really look at the timeline, Anakin was not all that
acted old.
Does aging really matter when all of your body parts are mechanical?
Probably not.
As long as you keep them oiled,
they start to rust. You're like the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz, you
That's
gotta
true.
put some oil in the joints.
He's probably roughly Kylo's age. that Kylo's in these movies.
How big of a role is
Well,
Vader going to play, do you think?
I think-
I don't think he's going to have
that's the
that
question.
big
I think he's
of a
going to
role.
show up at the end. He may possibly kill all the main characters of the movie.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
That'd be hilarious. All these characters you see through the movie are dead.
Well, I mean, but if they serve their purpose,
Yeah.
they got everything they needed. Maybe one of
And
them.
there's not going to be a
Felicity Jones will get one.
Well,
Rogue One
I think,
sequel.
I mean, you think of it this way: if they're trying to steal the Death Star plans, Darth Vader is going to be the one who's going to try and stop them.
That's
right?
why
So
you
he's-
figure
I don't-
Tarkin's got to be.
I don't think he'll
Yeah.
play like a huge role. I don't
Just
think
a
he'll play a
small
big enough
thing.
role to, overwhelm or take the stage away from the
Mhm.
main characters. But it will be, I think, a substantial villainous type enemy role.
Yeah,
And I do think he's going to show up at the end. He's just going to be mowing rebels down like crazy.
yeah, using
On the
crazy
battlefield.
force powers and stuff. So,
That'd be nice to see.
yeah.
For other movies, do they usually make like costumes? Did they do that for the other Star Wars movies? They released costumes.
Force Awakens, they did.
They-
got him in a-
They put them on tour actually, and like when they debuted on, yeah, it's a big
They go to,
on
go to
tour.
different like Comic Cons.
Yeah, basically, because at Star Wars Celebration,
Okay,
I was
Comic Cons I
reading
could see.
there was a
but,
2-hour wait to go in to see these costumes.
He made it sound
Jesus.
way more ridiculous.
Yeah. You know, it's Star Wars. People are just like
they
itching for anything.
They
It's like
go to
worms.
Madison Square Garden. They put him on stage with big lights, and
Yep.
people just gather around.
Like, oh.
With binoculars.
Yeah.
Look at the blaster on that.
That would probably work pretty well.
But yeah, Tarkin. How are they gonna do that?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. It's like, do they
Do they just
Just
pick a new
recast
person?
it. New
Replace
guy.
him? Yeah.
put him in? Yeah.
They're going to have to if he's going to be in there.
Because it's not too long after the original Star Wars, though, so he has to look somewhat like he did in it.
When you
Like a
think about it,
crazy old
Is that
man.
actor still alive?
No, he's
No.
dead.
Okay.
He's been dead. I think he died in the 90s.
Yeah.
So
they were smart with the amount of characters they put in masks and things. Darth Vader, you could
yeah, it's
you
true.
could do that for
He
a
could be
long time.
anybody.
James Earl Jones is going to do the voice, so I think that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
because
Whatever they'll put in the costume, we'll see. But
Yeah. So moving on, another kind of like strange tidbit of news. J.J. Abrams actually helped create the music for the Cantina scene. Cantina scene in the Force Awakens, and he sang the song as some crazy alien guy. So, what did you guys think of the Cantina scene in the Force Awakens, and what cantina would you rather hang out in? This one on Takodana or the Mos Eisley one?
Takodana.
Takodana.
That's Maz's place,
You
man.
hang out on Mos Eisley, the real sketchy cantina.
That's more memorable
that's where
for
I would
me.
go too. For me, like
Plus, it's more laid back.
I personally could have done without the cantina scene. I think it was a little too much. A little too much like the original. Like I think
Yeah, but
you
it's
did
good
gotta have this
them.
cantina scene. I think it could have taken place. I like it, but if it wasn't in there, I would have been okay.
I mean, I didn't
But
think it
that's
stuck out.
crucial stuff happens.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they
why
have
she has a
to-
lightsaber like
they
that.
could that could have if it would have just been Maz Kanata's house, like, or you know what I mean?
For
Or
1,000 years, she's
place
been
of-
running that place.
her
So
place
that's
of business.
that is her place.
The
of
fact that it's
business.
another cantina, it was just one more thing you can point out and be like, this movie is exactly like.
But then
A
there
New
had to be
Hope.
like sketchy people there that overheard and were
Yeah,
like,
you
hey,
had to
over
have
here.
parent
hangout.
So
Yeah.
to get both of them.
Otherwise it would
Those
be
in the
safe,
First
you know,
Order.
I think it could have been something else. Could have been something a little more original. I like the scene. Don't get me wrong. I like the scene, but the fact that it's a cantina again, I think was a little too.
What
That
does
place
it?
is so much more than a cantina though, as opposed to the one
Yeah.
on Mos Eisley. Like that was.
It's kind of more of a safe haven. Anyone can
Yeah.
show up. Mos Eisley is just real sketch
Instead of a
tickets.
cantina, it could have been a hostel. Just call it a hostel.
Well, it could be. It's
Yeah,
they could have rooms there.
man.
Yeah, they could have rooms there.
Just change the name, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
the biggest mystery is where did everyone park their ships? Because there's a lake on one side and the forest on the other side. It's like,
Maybe
where
there's
did
a
everyone
parking
park the
lot
ships?
in the back that you just didn't see.
Yeah.
Underground parking. All the latest cantinas have underground parking. If you don't, you can't compete with
Could
the
be a
other
platform
cantinas.
parking above.
There
Just
could
to transport down.
My
That's what
bet
we're
is
saying.
valet parking. There's-
LA.
Yep.
On the other side of the plane.
Can I take
Yeah.
your falcon, sir? And then Chewie rips his arm off
Yeah.
and throws it across the room.
What'd you think of the cantina, like the music playing? Definitely reggae
When
inspired.
you go with reggae, you can never go wrong. That's my
Just
opinion.
walk in and you're just chilling. Because yeah, the original cantina is almost kind of like island. There's like steel drums, kind of.
Yeah.
That one definitely
Jazzy.
stuck in my head a lot more, though.
Yeah, way more catchy.
I mean,
We've been exposed to it more.
that's true.
Yeah.
I couldn't replay the new one for you.
I
off of
couldn't
my
either,
head.
yeah.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't.
it was just like.
Yeah, I don't think this song is. I personally don't think it's as catchy as
No,
the other
no.
one.
People are
But
gonna have it
I'm
as a
not sure if that's
ringtone.
just because, like I said, I've been exposed to the other one more. I've
Yeah.
heard it, in video games and different things that I've experienced. So I don't know.
Probably
Fun
think
to
that's-
over and over.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
over and over and over and over.
Jake's probably
Probably
listened to
old
the soundtrack, not exaggerating, at least 20 times.
Is the song?
No,
I tried to
'cause
find the
it's
Cantina.
it's
song,
not.
but
That's
it's
not on the soundtrack because John Williams didn't do it. So
Okay.
because he didn't do the original Cantina song either. 'Cause
Have
it's-
you separately listened to the Cantina song again?
Actually, no. Because I don't know if it's on
I couldn't
YouTube or
find it.
what.
I could
Yeah.
not find it. But I think it's cool. I think it shows J.J. Abrams is
It's not his first time writing music for
He's a-
things he's done.
he's super involved with this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like he's a huge nerd, which
He is.
makes him that much cooler in my book. I think he loves Star Wars. He's a fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to be involved in it. A lot of times the directors put themselves in movies, and I think that was his way of putting himself in this movie more than
Sure.
just directing it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
This is a little kind of cameo thing.
I'm
Super
glad
talented.
George Lucas didn't sing a song.
Thank God.
I mean, if we're going there,
that would have been bad.
That would've been awesome.
Could have been glorious.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I've never heard him sing, so.
He could have replaced the weird singer lady in Return of the Jedi, Jabba's
Yeah.
palace. Yeah. Yeah.
That was.
I can remember that one.
That was pretty good. That was pretty
I'm
good.
pretty sure those are the words too. The song is titled and then the guy who comes in and screams.
Yeah. It
I
was,
could have done without that one.
man.
That's for sure.
yeah. So, do you think episode 8 will have anything similar to like a cantina scene, or do you think they'll avoid it altogether?
I think the more they go on, the farther they're going to get from that original
Yeah.
trilogy. It
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
kind of felt like
Let's
a
hope so.
need to do this to branch off kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do.
To lay the foundation.
I do hope that this next one has the same level of darkness as Empire Strikes Back.
Might have more.
Yeah, I think
I
they'll
think
follow.
more. I
I
think
think
even
they'll
more.
follow
I'd
that
be okay.
general.
Force Awakens is fairly
that's-
dark too.
Well,
but-
hopefully they'll go Rogue One, get it a little dark, and then that'll be their test. Like, well, if this does well,
Yeah.
we
true.
can go darker with the 8.
And if you think about it, that's kind of the way. I mean, a lot of trilogies work that way. You get your intro, you then descend into some deep darkness, and that makes the
Mhm.
triumph
The
that much greater.
rise.
So I think, having Ryan Johnson be I think it's perfect. He's going to take this thing to some deep darkness.
Bring some dinosaurs in.
Laser raptors.
My bad, laser raptors.
Oh man. All right. So
Some more night crawlers, hopefully.
Barbarian.
yeah, Brittany's favorite alien. So The Force Awakens was nominated for a bunch of like technical awards at the Oscars.
Film editing, original score, visual effects, sound editing, and sound mixing.
He did his homework.
I did.
And
He did a lot of homework.
do you think it deserved to be nominated for more like
No.
broad categories like actors, best film?
No.
Because like basically, what do you think Blockbuster movies place is in like major awards for movies? Because like Mad Max got a lot of awards for this year. It's nominated for Best Picture, and that's a
Also in visual
But-
effects.
yeah,
Right, so
kind of a weird
against
thing
it.
for them to actually nominate. What do you think,
I'm
Gozie?
trying to think of
I don't know.
how to
I think they were great characters, but I don't know if there was really that much of standout acting.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Their acting was
At all.
good, but it's not.
It wasn't
that's
anything
what they
exceptional. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna forever remember that.
That's not what they were going for.
Yeah.
That's not the reason.
Whereas, like with the Mad Max movie, you watch that and you were like, Charlize Theron's a fucking badass, man.
No, so nobody here thinks that Daisy Ridley could have deserved a nomination for
Maybe.
Best Supporting
Maybe.
Best Actress in a Supporting Role.
I don't think it could be
Yeah.
supporting though, because I think she would be technically.
She would be a lead, yeah.
But I mean, I think there were. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I
I
they
don't
have
know
to
if you
draw
could
the
really
line.
say there's a main
Yeah.
character because there's lots of. So
That
everyone's
might
kind
be
of a
really
supporting
why, though.
character.
Yeah.
I think that she could have deserved it. I mean, I haven't. There's not a whole lot of other movies that I've really seen this year,
Yeah.
but I think that she. I really.
Yeah.
I feel like
I thought her
the
performance was
yeah.
noteworthy,
the acting ones usually go to more drama movies.
and that's my thing. Is I feel like the Oscars have their biases.
Well, yeah.
You look at.
They're a bunch of old white dudes.
That was my question. I don't even
I'm
know.
not sure the head of it's actually a black woman, but
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
beside
Jake.
Sorry.
You look at like
trying to make it all
look at
racist.
any other competition, like take the World Cup for instance. Whoever wins the World Cup, generally everyone accepts that is the best soccer team in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But the Oscars, the Oscars is the most prestigious film awards. But whatever movie wins Best Picture, I don't think it's generally accepted that is the best picture. And I think that shows that the Oscars, I don't think, is quite where it claims to be.
Yeah.
I think the Oscars just need to be taken as this is the Oscar committee's opinion.
It's more
this
for
is their opinion.
It's for dramatic acting for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah. Very.
Because you're going to see a comedy nominated for anything.
You do.
Every once in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're usually
Yeah.
dramatic comedies.
Because
Like Silver Linings Playbook would be the one that I think.
Yeah.
That's a comedy. But
Yeah,
it's also
that's a
drama.
good point.
the kind of weird one too was like Heath Ledger won an award as the Joker. Kind of a weird movie for them to actually nominate, but
Deserving.
yeah.
That was a memorable performance.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that in this Star Wars, I would say.
No.
Daisy Ridley was good, but she was.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
she deserved at least a nomination to say, like, we're acknowledging that was a great performance from someone who hasn't had experience in a blockbuster
Yeah.
or in major films. I think that was pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think
Is she British? Sorry.
Yes.
yes. she
Okay, it's totally off topic, but last week we talked about Han Solo. You said something about Eggsy from Kingsman.
Yeah.
That should happen.
Possibly, yeah.
All British takeover, man.
Yeah, because Finn is John Boyega's
He's British too.
I think
He
this
does
is
a
on
pretty
the
good American
he
accent.
does.
Are you saying
He
they're
would be my
suggesting
front
that?
runner.
And he'd
Like
be.
him.
Yeah,
I think
Han
Eggsy
Solo.
would be a good Han Solo. Like I think
Yeah.
he'd be able to.
I
Oh,
think
that's right.
He's got
Yeah,
the
we talked
same.
about that.
In
But-
Kingsman, he had that same kind of humor that the
Kind of
original
has
Han
a
Solo.
baby face, and it would annoy me just a little bit.
I'm sure in Hollywood they can,
They could-
unbaby face it a little
he
bit.
could bulk up.
Maybe he looks older now.
You don't need to bulk
Some
up.
scruff.
Harrison Ford was not bulky. He was
That's true.
Very slim, but like very, ripped.
Yeah.
athletic.
But
He could bulk up and then slim down. That's
he has to have a hairy chest, though.
Did we get on to body types of Han Solo? Is that what
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
We're on that. Okay.
Let's get back to the
Yeah.
talking about her deserving a nom.
I think,
Hairy
Nah.
chest.
yeah, I think at like some smaller award shows, maybe, but they might get an MTV Movie Award or something.
Oh, I'm sure she would.
Very prestigious.
Very prestigious. But moving on, we forgot to talk about Finn last week, and Gozie's very happy about this. He's been doing research. He has crazy theories about Finn.
It's
So
just one crazy theory.
just basically the character. We'll let Gozie take
Oh man,
the
I
go on this
first.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you did your research.
Okay, well, first off, I like Finn a lot. I think he's a great character. But with his whole thing, I think he could possibly be related to Calrissian, whether it be his son that he knows about or a son that he fathered, because Calrissian was a dude who probably slept around a bit. Anyway, The reason I say that is because when they're at
It's because they're both black.
when they're at Maz's place, when they're at the cantina, Maz freaks out and hardcore gets up in his face and is like, I've seen these eyes before. Calrissian used to be a pirate guy like Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Solo won the Millennium Falcon in a game from Calrissian.
Yeah.
Could that have happened there at Maz's place? Stretching it, I know, but it kind of goes, because he'd be, when Finn was born, it was about 7 years after Return of the Jedi, which would put Calrissian at in his 40s, maybe early 50s. Could have fathered a child, maybe not known about it.
I'm sure he fathered many children.
A child, and then it got in the hands of.
The First Order.
Yeah.
Well, they do steal babies.
Well,
they're still
but
babies.
that's just too.
And it's if he was fathered to a mother with no, Calrissian was not involved in his life, mom could have died orphanage, that's an easy grab. If he was stolen from Calrissian, it's because he screwed over the Empire and they know that.
Yeah.
And they've been going after him because he's such a high-ranking guy that if they can steal a high-ranking general's kid instead of him working eventually for the rebellion, we condition him. He was as a cadet, he was one of the tops in his squad.
Yeah.
It's too racist.
And then when his friend, I don't know why that's racist.
Well, he can't be Mace Windu's kid. He died.
Yeah. So he's got to be related to some black man in this.
He doesn't.
We've got a 50-50 shot, right?
You think Lando will show up in episode 8 and be like,
He said he's open to come back.
I hope so.
Well, I mean,
He's really I don't know.
He's the
Go ahead.
missing piece.
well, I was just gonna say with Maz's comment, she said, if you live long enough, you see the same eyes in different people. I think it was more not I've seen exactly your eyes.
No, I'm not
they're
saying
related, but I've seen someone before who wants to run away, and you have those eyes right now.
just like his daddy.
Maybe I'm not discounting.
His daddy wanted to run away. Ran and started clouds.
My only thing with that is, if that's the case, would it take too much explaining within the story that it would detract from the greater purpose? You know
I
what
don't
mean?
think so, because I think they could do it pretty simply, just in the fact that if it is his son and he's still alive or whatever, and he knows that Finn's out there and they come across each other, I don't think it would take too long or too complicated of a story to be like, yeah, I was away doing something, the planet we lived on was overrun by the First Order, they took all the kids, and I've been looking for you ever since. Or it could be that simple.
Or he could just chop off his hand and then say, Finn, I am your father.
Exactly. That'd be even cooler.
That'd be more consistent.
Maybe Calrissian is Snoke. We don't know.
whoa.
Death Star just
I
exploded.
have not heard that theory.
No, that's not a theory. I just came up with that on the
You
spot.
heard it first on the Ways of the Force.
But no. And
Snoke
just
is
for
Calrissian.
him, for Finn overall, I think the Rebellion could use him in the future, because if he could awaken his consciousness to be like, oh shit, I want to do this, that's got to be able to happen to others. And have him start recruiting these stolen children warriors and bring them to the Resistance. Because he snapped when his little buddy got shot.
Or
And
like the
stripped his
first
face.
time we talked about this, where he goes back the other direction.
Or that.
I personally believe you're going to see a Finn he's now found his purpose. He's going to be fighting for the Resistance. I think him and Poe are going to be out together on missions.
Just slaughtering fools.
Just doing cool. I mean, because he's clearly a very talented warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it seemed like the First Order took a lot of measures to go and retrieve him. Not sure if they would have done that for every single one of their warriors that went
No,
away.
he was the top.
But yeah,
in
that's-
the canon. He was the top recruit.
That's what it seems like to me. So I think he's now found his purpose. He wants to get back at the First Order for what they've done to him. I think you'll start to get a better feel for maybe his
Backstory.
upbringing and
Who his daddy is.
maybe.
Because,
No.
in the movie, people either really love Finn or
Hate him.
some people hate him because he's just kind of the comic relief of the movie. He was, he's not really great at a lot of things. People are thought it was weird that he was a janitor and just like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
Just kind of the comic relief of the movie. What do you guys
He was
think about that?
promoted. Rising up.
Well, yeah, they can't all just be soldiers. Like,
Yeah.
they have an entire planetary system thing.
Somebody has to
Somebody's
clean
got to clean
it.
shit. Like, it happens. You don't think they have daily jobs on top of being a warrior? They do.
Chores, yeah.
In the military, you generally do. You're not just an infantry soldier. You probably gotta go clean shit up too.
He's a young guy, you know. It's not like he's gonna have really, really heavy responsibilities at
Yeah.
a young age.
What do you think about him, Kyle?
I don't know. Something you said about him being that fierce warrior, it just kind of just hit me that he actually kind of was. Like, I didn't see him. I saw him as that comic relief as
He just
that
jumped-
entire
he just jumped
time, and
in,
I
like-
didn't see him. I mean, my mind always questioned, why the hell does he know how to use a lightsaber, and how does he even stand a chance against Kylo Ren? I get the shooting. That makes sense.
That at the end to me is like
Him with the
fact that he was
lightsaber.
even willing to face Kylo Ren. I mean, he had to know he was going to get his butt kicked.
Yeah,
he
I
had
mean,
to.
both the times I watched it, I never really viewed him as
But he just jumped in.
anything else
Wanted
but
to have
the
revenge on him
Yeah.
kind of.
for stealing his life
I know.
away.
And I heard that word. I think I was listening to another Star Wars podcast, and they like, he is a warrior, and I'm like, that's perfect. I just steal material from them and I bring it to us.
that's totally
But I thought that word was perfect to describe him. Yeah, he is that comic relief,
Yeah.
but he's a warrior. Like whenever even when he doesn't know how to do stuff, he jumps in, and then he usually figures it out, starts blowing stuff up, and
See, I always kind of saw him as a klutz, kind of, that person.
You thought he was Jar Jar, didn't you?
No, not quite.
and he does have that comic side to him. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what humanizes him.
Yeah.
Like there's pretty distressing things happening in his life. He's kind of having a breakdown. So I think he's saying funny things.
Mhm.
He's telling himself, "You can do it. You can do it. You can do it." Well, you're not. Why are you telling me? I'm talking to myself. Type of thing. Funny stuff.
Because, dude pretty much will do anything. He just met Rey, and then he's willing to risk his life.
What else is he gonna
rescue her.
do?
It's true.
He just gave up his entire life that he knew of. But
How much of a sense of humor do you have as a stormtrooper?
I
Seems
don't
like a
know.
long stretch to go from what we saw as a stormtrooper in the first trilogy to.
Well, you
all
gotta
of a
think
sudden
though, it's
having all
different.
the-
Those were clones. These are
Yeah.
actual people who grew from childbirth into these. So they still have their human components and emotions,
They're
whereas
dudes,
clones,
you know?
like,
They get together
Come on,
and
man.
around each other. I'm sure they joke around, play pranks, on Star Killer Base.
hell yeah.
They're kicking around Matt's stuff while he's trying to fix the.
That's an asshole. So.
They avoid him, they're like...
They give him a hard time.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just never thought about that. It seemed
Kylo
like
Ren's a punk ass.
Oh, you're choking on your food.
yeah, I think Finn is not as bad as Jar Jar whatsoever.
Not even
I'm
too
a
bad.
little offended that
Yeah,
he's not my favorite character.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Man.
It was a
No,
joke.
I heard that. Some other people have, hated him, honestly, but...
Well, the thing is that, his jokes are, he's awkward,
Yeah.
and his jokes are a little, too, maybe, weird, where they stick out a bit, but, and his acting is, but,
It's because
for-
he hasn't probably been able to tell a whole lot of jokes.
yeah.
that's my point.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying with the joke thing.
But he was so good. He was good.
His one line that I kind of makes me cringe a little bit is when him and Rey are on the Millennium Falcon and she's fixing it. And she's asking her why she would want to go back to Jakku, and he asks about her boyfriend. You got a boyfriend?
Got both
I
of them.
didn't really like that line.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, compared to other lines that are in Star Wars that really make my nose cringe, it wasn't that bad.
I liked it.
His interaction.
My question
was
though,
good,
there's that scene in Maz's Cantina when he tells Rey that she looked at him like no one ever had before. What do you think that meant?
Just compassion of some sort.
Are you okay?
He's never been
Whereas,
looked at as a human being.
Yeah,
before.
with the First
More
Order,
just a
they're
number.
just da-da-da. He never had a nickname when he was with the New Order.
Yeah,
Those first
never
ones
had a
they all
name,
did.
period.
Yeah, just a number. And pretty much probably has to walk around with the helmet on most of the time. Captain Phasma's like, why do you have your helmet off? Kylo Ren
Lose your identity.
runs around with a helmet on. Everyone just it's kind of roboticized.
So I mean, I think that could account for some of the awkwardness.
Trademark word.
That could account for some of the awkwardness. He just doesn't know how to be like a human being.
So,
Yeah.
He's been bred to be a warrior ever since he was a baby.
Yeah.
He'd be kind of weird.
Or a janitor.
But I think all things considered, he's a pretty cool human being. I like him and relate to him in some ways.
Yeah, he's definitely unique. There hasn't been a Star Wars character quite like him. It's kind of...
There's only been 3 who've been black. And he's related to one of them.
Yeah.
Is that ridiculous? Why wouldn't you
I'm not saying.
But see, anyone who hears that is automatically going to be like, that guy's racist. It's like, no, my theory is not racist.
But see, we already made fun of you for it, so they can't get mad.
No, I know. I'm not worried about it. I've been called racist.
You did your research. It's a valid theory.
Yeah.
Just as valid as any theory I've read.
Yeah, you did good work. So moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about Star Wars video games.
Don't even get me started on Battlefront.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Battlefront, kind of the people that have played it, what do you think, and just like, what do you really would want in a Star Wars video game? Because there's not really, this is pretty much the only Star Wars video game out right now, besides Knights of the Old Republic is still going.
Old.
What?
Those are all old.
No, but
the computer.
but it's still going like World of Warcraft style, and you can still play it. So basically, those that played Battlefront, what do you guys think?
I like it a lot, personally.
Play it?
Okay, I bought a PS4 just so I could get Battlefront, knowing that it probably wasn't going to be a very good game. But it's kind of a game that you can sit there and play for an hour, maybe 2 if you aren't getting attacked by a cat, or you happen to be doing well, but then you can just put it down and be done. I really don't have a desire to
Binge
keep playing it forever. You can kind of pop in and just enjoy the scenery and being in Star Wars.
Here was my first. So I got Battlefront in the mail when it came out because I pre-ordered it, and I was kind of the same reason. Like I got a PS4 because I wanted to play Battlefront because I'd played the old games and I loved them. And so the game comes up and it automatically puts you in a tutorial. You're on Hoth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the game looks amazing. I mean, a 10 out of 10 in terms of it looks like Star Wars, and the game sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds like Star Wars. They did an incredible job. But after you play for 30 minutes, you're like, is this it? This is everything? There are 2 modes in the game. There's these missions where you go in and they have a certain thing for you to do. Kill 20 people or destroy all of these AT-ATs.
That's basically your single player.
And basically your single player.
Stretch.
And it's I've played it once and I think I'm done with that mode. Like it is not that cool. And then you have your online. Mm-hmm. And you have maps, and you have a bunch of different game modes. And that's it. And exactly this, I mean, I looked today, I've logged in the total, how long has it been out? 3 months?
Probably around there somewhere.
In the total 3 months it's been out, I've logged 4 hours on this game.
That's it?
That's it.
I've logged more.
I've logged more than that, but...
And I'm fine to leave this game and not play it for like a month. Yeah. And then I'll pick it back up and play it for an hour. It'll frustrate the hell out of me because I'll respawn and then get shot, respawn, get shot, respawn, get shot, respawn, get shot, and it's just over and over and over again. Maybe I suck at this game.
I think so.
See, everybody talks about
sometimes
that.
I suck and sometimes I'm really good. It seems to be no consistency there. I think they knew that people would be excited about Star Wars and they played on that anticipation to just be like, we're going to throw this out there. We know it's not great.
Oh yeah, and I knew that, and I bought it. So
and now
all that, like, and as far as when I saw the marketing and everything, I got from it's Battlefield with Star Wars, and that's what it is. It's a first-person online shooter.
Is it even as good in terms of gameplay shooting as the Battlefront games were, or Battlefield games were?
It's not. I'd say it's different. It'd be different though, just because like with the guns in Star Wars.
They're really not that different. In the game.
They're all shooting lasers.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Whereas like when you go with a Battlefield, you've got.
And that's what I'm saying. The only content is this is a multiplayer shooter game,
Yeah.
and it's not that good of a shooter game.
The visuals, the environments,
Are fun.
the sounds, they're all great, but the depth, not so much.
Not enough content, and they're starting to release more. I was
And
talking.
that's what they do now.
Yeah, they're having a big release.
Some of
that's
it's
soon.
free,
Yeah.
but I was talking with my little brother today. He plays Star Wars, and he's logged way more hours on this game than I have. And he told me that there's an expansion that you would have to pay $50 more for,
And you get
season pass.
and you get 4 expansions.
and it's just more maps, right? It's not more content. It's just
There may be
More maps, more
game
game
modes.
modes, new guns, new vehicles. They'll swap those things out.
How-
Swap out
So
heroes.
here's what it comes down to. In order to play the game, because all it really is an online multiplayer, you have to have a PlayStation Network subscription,
Yeah.
which is $50. Then you have to buy the game, which is $60. You will be dissatisfied with the amount of content in it, and you'll be tempted to buy the expansion, which is $50 more. You'll now have paid $160, and I think ultimately, even after the expansion, you will be very disappointed.
Yeah, I would generally agree with that. But
And are you guys disappointed with there's nothing The Force Awakens? Like, you could have easily... Do you think they're going to release... Yeah, which is, before the movie takes place, but do you think they're going to release anything in the near future for it, or do you think they're already developing other Star Wars games?
I think they're moving on to other games.
yeah, you'll get the expansions, the extra content, and that'll be about it.
Yeah.
But
And I've heard some rumors that they're going to work on another. I'm trying to remember what the past games were called, but basically Stormtroopers again. But this one will be more campaign oriented, somewhat like the old Battlefront games, where there will be a story. And I think that's what people want. I mean, if you throw someone into a Star Wars game and there's no story, you've done a huge disservice, because Star Wars is all about story. That's what makes people love this. And if it's just the looks, and the sounds, that's great. And that'll hold you for 4 hours.
I get that, but with Battlefront, I don't think it was ever billed as anything more than what it is.
And that's probably true. I was probably
overhyping it.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever marketed it to be anything different than what it is.
No.
Yeah.
well, quite honestly, if they would have done Battlefront 2 with updated graphics, I probably would have been more satisfied than I was with this.
I would completely agree.
Yeah, I live in 2003, so I bust that out on the PS2, and it's got Galactic Conquest, where you basically go around and conquer planets. You got the main story.
Campaign.
You've got you have campaign. You have the prequel stuff. You've got the original trilogy. You can meet all sorts of Jedi and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I think, people are just hoping for something amazing. So
Speaking of which, have you seen the leaks of what Battlefront 3 was supposed to be the first time before they got shut down? If you look at it, it's a little bit depressing.
Oh gosh.
Even just looking at the main menu with campaign and Galactic Conquest on there is just kind of sad.
What I would like to see, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed. They're the Black Flag one. I've always wanted to be a pirate, so I love this game. I would love if Assassin's Creed and Star Wars. What if they put, and you
Kind of reminds
you
me
were
of
a Sith,
1313.
you were a Sith Inquisitor, and you went around and just did different missions, like assassin. I'm like,
well, they were developing.
open world.
They were developing a Darth Maul game where basically you roam around as Darth Maul, but basically all the games they had in development got canned when they got sold to Disney, pretty much. So they started over.
Any open world game where you could be either a Jedi or a Sith and develop your own character and there was a story would make me waste a large portion of my life on that game for a long time. And that's the thing with this game, Battlefront will not stand the test of time.
That's part of what it makes me happy.
4 years down the road, you can pull out Battlefront 2 and you can play it.
Yeah.
4 years down the road, what are you going to play on this game?
Well, you probably
No one's going to be playing the multiplayer anymore, right?
For about an
So
hour.
part of that could be though.
There's not even going to be anything to do.
True.
Not that I'm justifying this Battlefront being better than the old Battlefronts at all. All I'm trying to say is those older ones, we had those at like the peak of our video gaming time, I would say.
It's very true.
Whereas like kids that are in high school or younger that are playing Battlefront now, it might be like that to them because they really haven't had a Star Wars universe to jump into and just run around and shoot.
That might be true. Now at my age, when I sit down, I only have a very set amount of time, and I want something very heavy in terms of content, and this just doesn't. I can't spend 6 hours going into the night just playing people in China.
See, that's almost what makes me happy.
Getting skills.
I can play it for an hour, maybe 2, put it down, and
you don't get sucked in.
And I'm good.
Yeah.
That's enough, because that's all the time I have for it anyways at this point.
Yeah.
My experience has been I do that, and then I don't feel... I don't know.
That's true.
I feel just like empty.
Yeah.
It doesn't satisfy my Star Wars.
See, half the time I just run around on Endor or somewhere and just look around until I get
Oh,
done, and then I just start over.
Like I said, this game looks incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That to me probably worth $30.
Yeah, it's probably not worth the $400 I had to spend.
In the end, I'm out $20 for this game.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I do think there will be
some great Star Wars games
some
coming
exciting
out,
things down the road.
Yeah.
I think there has to be. There's too much potential there for them not to make something great.
It's still sad.
Well, who at Disney will be in charge of all that, though, right?
Well, BioWare makes games, right? And
EA, I think, made the Battlefront, didn't they?
did.
Yeah,
they did.
EA and what was the other? DICE?
Which, I mean,
DICE was in it.
Yeah.
They would definitely be down to just keep churning out things like this.
Why don't they just do an Old Republic, like they have the Old Republic
like they
computer game? Throw it on the PS4.
Yeah. Because
it might be They'll probably start to do that now that the systems can handle that kind of.
I did
massive
back in college. It was finals week. I needed like some major distraction from studying for finals, and I did that Old Republic. Man, I wasted some time on it.
Yeah.
But it was a great game.
Yeah, the first nice Old Republic, and the second one is good until the end. I just played through the second one not too long ago. She probably got mad because I wasted too much time sitting in here.
Yeah, I did.
No.
Because it's cool because you get to create your own characters. That's what I like with
You're developing them, you're leveling up, you're building skills, and it's I was a Sith and I was just a bad dude.
See, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
I just can't.
So, yeah, it sucks in a
That damn life responsibilities.
Battlefront is Kyle's go-to.
Yeah.
You just need sucky games to just.
I still would have loved a single player. That would have been nice. A actual single player.
Yeah,
campaign,
not just missions.
Yeah.
Something you could do on
That
your
are really
own.
just there to prep you for online play.
You're just getting
I'll
shot
still
by
ride
a
a
bunch
speeder
of.
bike once in a while because I always like speeder bikes.
That mode is cool. When you get to ride those speeder bikes on Endor, man, that is crazy.
Going super fast.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to the last topic of tonight. Just kind of a fun, random Star Wars question. If you could pilot any ship in the Star Wars universe, what would it be? Kyle, he's got ideas churning.
See, I can have one for land-based, planet-based vehicle.
Oh, no, one for
and
space.
then one for space. So I already kind of mentioned the first one, which is a speeder bike, because that's just
awesome.
That's just awesome.
That's on mine too.
That's speed.
The Endor speeder bike.
Yes.
Those ones. Yeah.
I would immediately die, but it would be a satisfying death. So.
I know. Those were crazy. Why would you take a speeder bike to a planet full of trees?
Into the redwoods.
Pretty much any of the Empire's land.
There's some bulky trees.
Pretty shit.
That's what happens when you have clones, man. You don't give a shit. You're just like, go out there.
They weren't clones, though. They're not in the original Star Wars.
Weren't they still?
Aren't they still clones?
All the clones died.
I thought they were just diversified clones.
No, they were actual people.
Oh.
Yeah. Actual people.
Well, anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's tempting to say the Millennium Falcon, but I'm going to have to pass on that, and I'm going to have to go with the Slave One. I'm going to have to go with Slave One.
All right.
Hey, it just seems like a much better designed ship that I'm not sitting all the way on the.
But
on the
what do you feel
side
about
of
the
ship.
takeoff, though? In takeoff, you're like
Man, that's the
NASA astronaut. You're like laying down, basically,
I've
and
never
then it
understood it, like
flips.
flips
That's
crazy.
the best
Yeah.
part, and that's why it's a great designed ship. You're right at the front, and you see all of it.
Yeah.
It's like you're just standing up.
I
and
remember
moving.
Yeah.
as a kid, I expected that it would fly that way, like
Nope.
with the normal
Yeah.
wings, like, you know. But no, it does not.
That's why you don't have to be aerodynamic in space. It doesn't matter.
It's true.
It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you think,
man.
Brittany? What ship would you fly?
What?
Or vehicle do you want to drive?
What does Dolph Maul?
Oh
Right.
man.
Oh,
That was my land.
His ship is really cool. It kind of looks like the TIE fighters, but
Yeah.
it's got the really long nose. I can't think of what that's called. Yeah, it's like a kind of like it's the precursor to an interceptor.
I was talking about the land, like
It's like
the bike.
motorbike.
Oh!
It's just a Sith speeder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
That's
it?
what
Yeah.
it's called.
Well, I like that.
You like that?
I like
You want
That's
that?
what I would do too.
Mm.
Mostly because it's Darth Maul. It's awesome.
But
If I
it
could
just
have-
looks really
If I could have any
cool.
lightsaber, and that would
And
be
I don't
fucking
really
nice,
want to
so.
drive a ship. I'll die.
You'll die.
Well, it's because you fly a ship.
Or pilot one.
I'm already off to a bad
She's out there
start.
trying to drive her Millennium
Where
Falcon.
go?
I'm in drive.
Yeah.
into everything.
Yeah, you get mad road rage. Imagine flying a spaceship. She would be flipping off everybody.
Everybody.
Like, shoot that.
What do you think, guys?
Brake check,
What did you
people.
fly?
The TIE Interceptor.
TIE Interceptor?
Good choice.
And then on the land, I'd like the ATSTs. My two little legs.
Chicken walkers?
Chicken walkers. Just walking around shooting people.
Question: is it AT-AT or
That's the big one.
or AT-AT? I heard somebody pronounce it as AT-AT.
AT-AT.
It's AT-AT,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Because it's not
Yeah.
And that was my question. I was like, well, then does that mean it's ATST?
AT.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's
ETST.
AT-AT.
Yeah, I get
Because in the
it.
movie, they call it an AT-AT.
Do they
Yes.
ever refer to it? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they do. I'm 95% sure they
They
do.
say in episode 5, don't they?
Well,
I
they,
don't think so.
they've got to, because when
I
they
think they
take
just
them
call them
down.
Imperial Walkers, don't they?
Oh.
Yeah, because I think it's in like either like video games or in some other lore. They actually probably in the books.
Probably in a book.
Yeah, they had to
I
describe
heard
it
somebody
somehow.
call it an AT-AT. And
Yeah.
For a second, I was
I've heard them say that.
really confused.
See, and for me, pilot, I'd probably do an X-wing. But if I had to go a great long distance in space, then I would probably say the Millennium Falcon because you get to roam around. You have an entire ship to hang out in. You can just set that baby in hyperspace
Until it falls apart.
until it falls apart. But you can just go. Yeah, I guess you'd be fixing it constantly.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my
It's made
Sunfire. Just gotta kick it a little bit.
Keep working.
Yeah. On land, I'm trying to think. I would probably take Luke's speeder in the original Star Wars. That thing's pretty sweet.
Well, how much did he sell it for? How many credits?
Not very much. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but
Star Wars trivia.
Star Wars trivia.
Okay.
Ooh,
So.
ooh! If I flew a ship,
Yeah.
what's that? It's not Star Wars. I'm sorry, but what's that documentary?
What?
Fanboys?
But it's not a
That's not
documentary.
It's okay.
Or like the space show that we watch on Netflix. And you talk about all the times. Got Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh,
flying around.
Cosmos.
I talk about that all the time. When have I
never
ever
talked about that.
Never mind. Anyway,
But
but
yeah, he drives this little crazy
Yo.
ship through the
Girls.
cosmos.
can
Circular
I
thing, sphere.
can I fly that?
No. Doesn't exist in this universe, woman.
How do you know?
You want to fly
You just haven't
Serenity
seen
from
it yet.
The TARDIS.
from Firefly?
Yeah, no Doctor Who, no. But yeah, I was reading the visual dictionary. You know the lander where all the stormtroopers popped out of? It has like a very like AT-AT or ATST name. It's like AT something T.
That
So
doesn't make sense.
very similar name, but I know, it was
I
something
mean,
weird.
those stand for all terrain. The first.
Yeah, I think it gave it some crazy code name, but
I had no idea.
they
All
definitely didn't.
terrain armored transport.
Yeah.
Man, what does the S one stand for?
No idea.
All terrain.
Stand.
Support something. I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. What do you got?
What's 41 minus 19?
Are you shitting me right now?
22.
I'm at
22.
22.
You have a tablet in your hands and you're asking us.
No, because I'm just looking at this timeline. So
Subtract.
Anakin was 22 when he became Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you give us our favorite ship?
I know.
I don't know if my Starfighter's important.
That's important to me.
Yeah.
Check the
What,
and all of our
Ask
viewers.
me. He does not want to know.
okay, what?
He's just gonna move on.
What spaceship?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So my
Let me guess, the Millennium Falcon.
Millennium Falcon, that was number one, but I feel like that's everyone's.
Yeah.
So I'm
awesome.
putting that aside. Mine would be the Jedi Starfighter in
Yeah.
Episode 3. I thought those were really slick. Plus, Obi-Wan Kenobi's my favorite character, so
Yeah.
that was what he flew, and I like those things.
That is
and
a
then
real cool ship,
the
yeah.
land one would be Darth Maul's speeder.
Yeah. The only downside, that's why I like the X-Wing, because that thing can go hyperspace on its own. With the Jedi Starfighter, it has to like fly into the crazy ring thing
Yeah, and
to be able to hit
like the look
hyperspace.
of the ring thing.
Yeah.
If it just flew on its own.
It's a cool little nimble ship.
It
Definitely
is.
cool. And it's like kind of the precursor to TIE fighters. It's got similar
It's
shape
got
and
the-
stuff.
The wings that pop out for
Yeah.
dark mode.
It's a pretty cool
Faster
ship.
than the X-Wing.
Yeah. It's a badass ship.
So why do they say when it gets into the TIE fighter in Episode 7, it makes it seem like it's got so much more power?
Because they're faster. They
I
are.
never knew that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they...
It would make sense why the
Well, I mean-
Empire would have better technology than the Rebels.
But they got the new advanced X-Wing here. The new and improved version. I don't
They
know.
are pretty cool.
It's pretty much the
I
same.
guess I
You
never
just painted
thought
it
about
black.
Yeah.
But the TIE fighters, man, those things are... And you'd always be intrigued to fly something you've never had a chance to fly.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
For sure.
does anybody have any other Star Wars related things you guys want to talk about this week?
I was gonna say, did you hear that Alan Tudyk is gonna be in Rogue One?
Yeah, he's
He's gonna be a droid.
because he was in
He's
Firefly. He was in Tucker and Dale versus Evil. If you've ever seen that,
He's the voice of
movie.
King Candy in Ralph. I think you
Okay.
recognize him if you saw his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah, I did actually hear about that.
Yeah,
So
I've heard some people are kind of
An alcoholic.
Upset.
upset. They're wondering if it'll be good.
okay.
I think it'll
So-
be good.
Any other news from your guys' front? Finn the cat has decided to
He saw
terrorize
my
stuff.
straw and come here.
I'm telling you, we need to every single week. We're not discussing balance. When are we going to discuss some balance in the
Okay.
in the Force? Do we have
Next.
time?
Force balance.
Yeah, let's get in it tonight. Let's talk
I'm
about
not
balance.
ready. I don't have any research. But
Yeah,
I want to
we got
know
research.
like what.
All right. Do you want to say it for next week?
Let's
Let's
save
do
it
it
for
next
next time.
Next time. Next time we'll talk about balance. I think I said that in the first episode, but
We're gonna do
I'm
it.
telling the truth
I'm not
this
letting
time.
you go. I feel unbalanced.
Yeah.
Not talking about balance.
So basically, to close out the show, this was the Ways of the Force. I am Jake the Wookiee. We've got everyone want to say their name.
Gozie the Hutt.
Logi-Wan Kenobi.
BB-Brittany.
And Kyle, no daddy issues, Ren.
And may the Force be with you.
Not.
Man.